not engaging services that have passed time, but to make sure that we do deliver those services. For example, in the upcoming budget debate, we're going to be talking about cuts to public transit. And those cuts to public transit are to achieve an artificial goal in terms of the tax increase. That's not what the public wants. The public wants taxes to be kept down, yes they do, but they don't expect it to be at the cost of losing transit service. And you'll hear that debate as we go in the weeks ahead in settling the budget. Speaking out when needed, I don't think anyone's accused me of being shy about that. And listening. Some of you may find this interesting, but I hold monthly ward council meetings that are open to the public with my community associations. And they come, they talk about what's going on in their communities, they hear my report at City Hall, and they don't hesitate to say, well, Alex, about that green bin. Or, well, Alex, about Lansdowne Park. Or, well, Alex, I hear what you're saying about the budget, but we think this, or I think this, or some of us think this. It is a two-way street when you're holding elected office. I owe it to my constituents to let them know what's going on in City Hall, and I owe it to City Council to tell them what my community thinks. What are the priorities for the city? My priorities are to make sure that our rapid transit plan is completed. We've had a welcome announcement from the provincial government. We have another shoe yet to fall with respect to the federal government. I'm confident that we're going to get their support. We have a challenge in front of us, even with provincial and federal funding, to get this job done. But we must get it done. All of you in the room know about the congestion that we're facing with public transit, the rapid transit of the transitway system as it crosses our downtown. We have to deal with that. And we will. We will. But it's going to take effort, and it's going to take leadership. One of our problems in this past council in moving this file along was being effective in talking to our provincial and federal partners. That speaks to the nature of leadership. It has been a team effort at City Council with Mayor O'Brien and Chair of Planning Committee Peter Hume and Chair of Transportation Committee Marie McRae and our City Manager Ken Kirkpatrick and our Deputy City Manager Nancy Shepherd and myself as Chair of Transit Committee. It has been a team effort, but this team effort, all of Council, the community, still needs a voice, still needs direction, still needs leadership. And we'll certainly be talking about this issue as we go through the campaign ahead. To implement the city's wastewater strategy, I talked earlier about the sewer discharges that are going into the Ottawa River. We do have a plan. It will take money. It'll get us about 2/3 of the way there. But our public will expect more from us. And we're going to have to be effective in talking to our partners in terms of dealing with this issue. It is not unique to the City of Ottawa. Talk to City Council in Smith Falls. Talk to City Council in Kingston. Talk to City Council even in Toronto. They have their sewer discharges into their water bodies. It is not acceptable in this day and age, but we are owners of a legacy that was built before these issues became important. And we have to deal with it. We're going to have to suck it up and deal with it. And the public understands it's not going to happen for free. The public understands that we're going to have to make choices. That too comes back to the issue of experience and leadership. To provide transparent and effective government at City Hall. Transparency is going to be a keynote aspect of my campaign. I talked earlier about a lobbyist registry. We need one. The people who lobbied me for multi-million-dollar contracts on parking, paying display, the people who have lobbied me for multi-million contracts on liquid natural gas, change the technology of our buses, the people who have lobbied me for Lansdowne Park, for commercial development. The public needs to know who is talking to who if we are going to be held accountable to the public that we serve. And finally, to deliver services people want at a reasonable cost. Reasonable cost is important. It's a matter of public debate. But at the end of the day, we pass a budget and set the tax level for the taxes that pay for those services. When I first came to this town in 1970, we did not have a bare pavement policy for our major roads. Obviously today we do. That comes at a cost. Our citizens were willing to pay for that cost to have that bare pavement. That's a debate we need to have with our citizens. This year's election is like a marathon. I've been in a few elections, and I've been in a few marathons as well. It's 10 months, 294 days to October 25. There are over 500,000 electors to reach. 553,000, according to what I was given this morning when I registered. And to do this will cost money. It'll cost over $400,000 to run an effective campaign in this city. The challenges that I'll face. Can a left-wing, under quotation marks, candidate win an election to City Council? The short answer is yes. I've been elected and re-elected a number of times. I do not consider myself the most left-wing on council. There are other members of council that I believe are more left-wing than me, but they have been elected and elected. What is left-wing? You have to go past the label. Marion Dewar was elected mayor of the city and re-elected mayor of the city and is seen as an icon in this city. What is left-wing? You have to go past the label of left-wing, right-wing, etc. Is it left-wing to support good crime prevention policies? No. Is Vern White left-wing? He and I have the same views on good crime prevention policies. Is it left-wing to support good public transit? No. Is it left-wing to oppose urban sprawl? Peter Hume and I have voted consistently to oppose urban sprawl. Is it left-wing to provide services at a reasonable cost? That's what Marion Dewar did. That's what I would like to do. I believe that the citizens in this town know my work, my commitment, and my energy. I believe they want a mayor who's not in politics for ego, but wants to build a livable city and provide the services they want at a reasonable cost. And now I'm going to take any questions you have.
Do you plan on